Yes.
Right.
That's that's
Okay.
that's what that's what's been flooding my YouTube algorithm, and I'm not mad at it.
Me either. Mine has been well, art always, but different types of art. That's how I get to try all different things. But
Mm-hmm.
also black artists that I'm exploring that I didn't know anything about. The first
Mm-hmm.
black female sculptor and made
Oh,
some beautiful sculptings. And it's like, man, I didn't know any of this stuff.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's I feel
Yeah.
like that's what's beautiful about social YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I think that things will just pop up. Like there's so much out there, but I guess lately again, I don't even know how this genius Russian kid popped up in my feed, but now I'm like
Hmm.
every time I see a video, I'm like I want to watch that because like his and to think that he is some of the videos, like I said, he's under like he was 6 at the time, and I'm
Hmm.
thinking, wow, like did you come out of the womb knowing like how to do this
Yeah. 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 And so because of that, you're gonna try to learn chess now.
course. I mean, I just need more, activities to keep me in my solitude.
Yeah, listen, I love that. Like using the internet to watch new videos and then trying what you see because you never know what you're going to fall in love with.
No,
Like you have your hobbies that were good for where you were, and
yes.
now you need some new ones for where you are. You know what I
You know,
mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Hey, Veronica.
Hey,
I,
Veronica.
I was communicating with a cousin who actually lives in Florida. He's older, and I see him like I feel like he, even though he's older than I am, he is my former self, right? And
Hmm.
so every so often, like I find myself dropping science. So yesterday, because
Let me teach you something.
yeah, right, right. Because I think that we're all on this journey, and some of us get it sooner than some. Some people never get it, right?
Hmm.
Um, I I chose to step outside of my comfort zone, and I chose to basically live it. Now that I'm outside of my comfort zone, still hermiting, but basically living on my own terms, I can appreciate like when I meet someone who's either introverted, quiet, uncomfortable, all of the above, right? Because that was once me in some respects.
Right.
Sometimes it still is. And so, like, I was basically texting yesterday and I said, I know you like golfing and I know that you love jazz. What else do you like to do? Right.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
so I said in the summertime, I love going to the park because I love seeing the animals and I like sitting with the turtles. And he was like, turtles are cute, but he was like, I don't like animals, but he likes turtles. And I
Right.
said, so he said he has a pool in his backyard. And I said, I could appreciate and I wanted to go outside in Florida because y'all got gators and
If you got your own
exactly.
pool should be okay.
And he said, but the thing is, he said he hadn't swam in his pool for about a year, and I'm like, why? So then he
Hmm.
said yesterday he happened to be sitting by the pool, and I said, have you considered perhaps sitting on the edge with your feet in the water? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because I
Yeah.
think sometimes people are just stuck, right? Because he's the type of person like he worked, like he's very successful, right? But my thing is,
Hmm.
it's like you've amassed this wealth, but you're not enjoying it. I
Hmm.
mean,
Hmm.
if you want to give to me, I'll gladly take it. I'll enjoy it for you. But I just think that life is so beautiful and we're supposed to enjoy it. I feel like that's the purpose of life. Like no matter how much you have or how little you think you have, because somebody is always a whole lot of people are way worse than you, right?
Hmm.
And there are times when I wish that I lived closer so that I can assist, like with
Hmm.
because years ago we had family reunion and we hosted it there in Florida, and he said that that was the first time in his life that he enjoyed, right? Um,
Hmm.
basically being happy, and I'm like, it made me feel badly because I'm like, dude, um, you
Here's
know,
what I think is happening, or at least how it feels to me.
hi
When
Cynthia.
you, hey Cynthia, how are you? I mean, I can't see. I see the amount of people, but I don't see who. Let me see if I can. Oh, there it is. I gotta open it up now.
Okay.
Hey Cynthia. All right. So how I see it, going back to what you said, I saw like we're pushing the boundaries on what we've been used to, and a comfortable way to push the boundaries on what we're used to is to pick up a new hobby.
Yep.
That's a fun way to expand. All the
Yeah,
expansion doesn't always have to be sad and shadow work and difficult and depressing and hardships and pushing through. It can be fun. Matter of fact, it's supposed to be
it's
fun.
supposed to be
It's
fun,
supposed to be fun.
right? Yeah. 'Cause I think
So,
sorry for cutting you. I think
yeah,
because
no, go ahead.
I have been on the other side of mild depression, I
Mm-hmm.
know what it's like to be over there. I ain't going back over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And so for me, it took a while for me to get here, but I'm here.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I'm saying?
once you're out, you don't want to go.
Do not.
Depression can be like a sticky tar pit.
Know what it's like to be over there. Hmm.
You know, you're walking through the space and you get stuck. And the more you're trying to,
It's
you
like
know,
quicksand. It's like
yeah,
quicksand.
yeah,
And the more you
it
try to
keeps
come
just
out,
pulling on you. Yeah.
yep, yep.
So the way
But
out of that
yeah,
is something fun because it's
but
the opposite of joy that kind of feels that heavy and stickiness.
yes, I agree. And so I feel like it's because and that's why I asked him like, what else do you like to do? Because I think a
Yeah.
lot of people, right, they don't know what they like to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like I think because I used to be that way, but I feel like I used to you know my time was spent like I told you like when we joined, I was busy updating the church's website. So before I found myself, I was busy doing for everybody else. I was basically pimping myself out for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I was finding ways to, to keep myself busy and my mind occupied so that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't slip into deeper depression. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But at least I was learning things along the way. I learned how to build website. I learned Photoshop. I
Mm-hmm.
learned all these techie things,
Yeah.
right? So now I'm
Yeah.
basically able to utilize them. But I feel like when you get older, there are things, because I said to him, I said, you love jazz, find jazz clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that you love to do them outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Yeah.
outside the
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah, go ahead. I think they're who's
yes.
feeling under the weather? Cynthia.
Cynthia, I hope you feel better,
Hope you
Cynthia.
feel better, Cynthia.
This daggone
Sending you
weather.
a big hug.
Oh,
But to go back to what you were saying, uh, picking up a hobby, finding something fun is the remedy for depression. And in
mm,
this news cycle, there's a lot of things that are out there right now and coming that can get even more depressing than it already is. There is nothing wrong with turning away from it
I
because
agree.
guess what? There's people there to do that job. We're here to witness, but we're not here to witness and collapse with
Mm-mm,
whatever is collapsing. You see
mm-mm,
what I'm saying?
mm-mm.
We're here to witness the collapse of one thing and the birth of another. It's a transitioning phase.
It is, and
And
I
joy is important for when we settle, when the dust settles. That's what we use to build again.
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I remember I used to for him, I used to wish for the day when he would retire, right? Because I was thinking
Hmm.
when he retires, he's just going to travel and see the world, right? He retired. He retired, right? Because then yesterday I said, well, describe your usual day, right? Oh, I
Hmm.
wake up, I still get my workout in, and then I watch some news and I look at the, like so business. Everything is so busy. I'm like, yeah, that still
Yeah.
sounds like work. Like,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
is the joy? The thing that would make you, in my opinion, laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I think for us, right, we have YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So YouTube is indeed the place that I basically turn to for just about everything, right? So whether it's like, finding stuff for my hair, right, or tuning into one of my soul families, like videos, right,
Hmm.
or looking and seeing like the Olympics or Bad Bunny show, like something like so.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a way to go for anything, right?
Hmm.
But he's not like that. Like so he spent his life tunnel vision working, and never allowed himself to venture outside of, right? But I
Hmm.
don't know if it's a fear thing. I don't know if it's the not really, being sure, but
Yeah. And sometimes some people you just need good company. You know what I mean? You need somebody who can, because not everybody got the kickstart to say, okay, I'm gonna shut the TV off, I'm gonna shut the internet off, and I'm gonna go for a walk.
Hmm.
Sometimes you need that friend that's gonna come by and say, "Hey, let's go for a walk."
Let's go. Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
Until you can kind of get it started yourself. It's like you make yourself available for people to invite you places, and you
Yeah.
might find that it motivates you to start going to places on your own.
And I agree with that, but I feel which leads me to what I wanted to talk about today. I
Okay,
feel like the thing about that
come
though
on.
is with the finding the people is hard, right?
It
Because
is.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that nowadays people are so fake,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the other day I said to my mom, I said, when certain people send me messages, like certain people that I haven't spoken to in years, um, because for me, like I never walk away from friendships. When they walk
Mm-hmm.
away, I lock the door, right?
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I choose, right, to accept someone as my friend, I hold on for dear life because they're so
Mm-hmm.
rare, right? So for
Right.
me, like when I flip the switch in my brain and say, okay, that person is a good person, we're gonna be friends.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I give of myself, right? And
Right.
so when it gets to the point where I can't trust you anymore, or if I see that you're lying or moving a certain way, whatever, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, ooh, it makes me feel funny.
Yeah,
I
that's
do get,
resonance.
yeah,
Yeah, it
I
just
get
stops
quiet.
resonating.
Yeah, because then I start to get quiet, because then I won't share with you freely anymore. And then
Mm-hmm.
once you choose to basically make a left, I'm gonna lock the door, bolted up 10 different bolts, and it's, it's dead. So I said to mommy the other day, look who just texted me today. She said, you're gonna respond? Absolutely not. And then I said to her, I feel like there are people in my life who disregarded me. And at the
Mm-hmm.
time it hurt so much.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some that caused tears, some that didn't, some that just left me a little bit broken. So
Right.
after you spend the time recouping and healing, because it hurts to heal. Like, first of all, the
Mm-hmm.
initial, disregard or abandonment, whatever, it hurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you come to terms with it and you're all cried out, like me, you see me when me cry and when me done cry,
You ain't got nothing left to cry
I ain't
about.
nothing left to cry about. So you forget about me, because yeah, I forgive you and leave you. Bye. You
There
know what I'm
is
saying?
such a thing as all cried out.
Yeah, because I feel like if somebody caused me to shed tears, and it's not even a joke, like there are times when I cry and cry and cry, and then when I stop crying, I realize that I don't even think about that thing anymore.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I think for him, I feel like when people get old, especially men, because they don't, I realize that they don't deal, they're not like us, where we'll call a, thank God I have my mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we have, a family member or even someone that you meet randomly, right? And you have conversations, and sometimes just by having a conversation, you kind of get healed because it's therapy, right?
Yeah.
I
It's
feel
got
like men,
presence.
yeah, men aren't the same, right? And so I feel badly for him because I'm like, you ain't lived no life.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I don't know. I started off this year in January. I had 5 deaths in my family.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Um, all of them men.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing. I'm
Yeah.
not laughing.
I
And
know.
then,
Yeah. You. I understand.
and
Some people have them families. They're like, I wish somebody would die right now. But God is taking too long.
I
We're
ain't gonna say who.
human.
I ain't gonna say who, but somebody passed
We're
away
human.
recently. I'm not gonna say who, but somebody passed away recently, and I said, "Oh, thank you. I get to use my bereavement day."
It-
I mean,
it's weird if you're not used to this kind of humor. This might sound very strange to you, but just know we're respecting everybody's level of their human experience.
absolutely.
And it's not, and a lot of people are not always sad when somebody's gone. That's just the truth, and
That's the
we
tea.
honor that. We honor
And
that.
a number of years ago, first of all, I'll start off by saying that I come from a very large family.
Hmm.
Mommy is one of 16. I think she's number 14, and half of her siblings have migrated to England. So that's what we go over there. We used to go over there just about every year, and uh, the rest of them are basically scattered here. One was in Jamaica,
Right.
and so they've all fallen off one by one. So there's still a few left. One is in England. Um, and a few here in
Mm-hmm.
the tri-state area. A number of years ago, I said to her, "Mom, if you die before me, I ain't telling nobody." I said, "I'm not telling anybody," because I'm like, I can't with the fakeness. Like,
Yeah. Funerals can be their own drama.
yes,
Their own drama. I think that's why if you like in Jamaica, we have a lot of plays and stuff like that. And other countries, a lot of African shows. There's dramas around weddings, funerals. Those seem to be the two main ones.
so yeah.
Births.
But I think because I'm at this stage now where I'm living a peaceful life, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I spend a lot of time with my mom, and I see what she has shared a lot of her story. So I
Mhm.
understand what she has been through. I understand like what people put her through, and I'm like, girl, you better than me because ain't no way we talking to any not her siblings,
Ah,
but some of her like cousins, like first cousins and stuff.
yeah.
And because of that, because I saw how much my mom is a very giving person, and I always say to her, I pray to God that when I grow up, I
Mhm.
am like you. I'm a giving person. But when
Yeah.
I tell you that mommy, like when Christmas time come, and here's some money, I send it to Jamaica. She wanted me to send it Western Union so that she can
Mhm.
send it back to the people in our community. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so I'll add on something to it. Add on something to it. And I say to myself that I'm so grateful to have her as an example because I similarly like I will do the t-shirts thing or the book thing or
Yeah.
my time, right? So I feel as if like I am giving also. But when I see how much my mother has sacrificed and some of the people that she sacrificed for turn around and basically either
Mhm.
mean to her, tell untruth on her, or just try to manipulate her, it makes it makes my stomach turn. And for that, like I lock that door. Like
A
I
lot of
live, yeah,
people,
yeah.
a lot of people take advantage of kind people from all generations.
Veronica says she hasn't gone to a funeral since she was 16. Wow.
Yeah, I think I went to one younger than that. That's how long it's been since I've been to a funeral.
Really?
Hmm. And I
Wow.
swear, when I was sitting there, I was younger, but real, real young. And I was sitting there. You know, sometimes as a kid, you just sit and you just stare off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You somewhere,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you're just staring off.
Yeah.
And I was just staring off at that coffin the whole time everybody's talking. And I swore it's like everything just got muffled.
Hmm.
And I saw that man move in that coffin. I'm like, I know he moved. I saw it. And I felt such a fear. I screamed on my whole inside.
That's
It didn't
hilarious.
come out my mouth,
That is
but in
hilarious.
my body was a whole scream. I ain't been to a funeral since.
That is hilarious. So Veronica said, I planned my mom's memorial, even made a memorial video of her photos, but I didn't attend. And she gave me her permission not to go. She said, as if it would have
As if
bothered
it
me.
would have mattered.
Right, right. No, I go to so the last funeral that I went to was last year, and it happened to be one of my former colleagues who I loved. Um, and she passed away. I think she had well, in the end I learned that she had cancer. But
Mhm.
when we used to work together, I was her I we were colleagues at one point and I became her manager. And I was very protective of her because she was ill, but I didn't know what it was. This is years ago. Because every so often, like she would basically like just tense up like this and she would start to
Mhm.
shake. And I didn't know what the heck it was. So I was always protective of her. I didn't want anybody to see. So I would do my best to kind of,
Yeah.
block it. Um, and it was because I didn't because I know how I am private. I didn't want anybody to be questioning anything because I never asked her anything about it. I just knew that whenever I was around her, I needed to basically like just pay attention to if when she goes into this state of shock or whatever she was experiencing. Um, but we stopped working with her. But every so we would meet over the course of the years for
Mhm.
lunch or whatever have you. Me, her, and two other ladies. And when I heard that she passed away, I was so
Mhm.
devastated because I was like, oh, but then her sister wrote a letter, and she said that the woman that passed away told her that God blessed her with, I think, 10 extra years or something to that effect, because I guess
Mm,
whatever she had, it finally, worked its way through
yeah.
her, through her body. So hers is the last funeral that I went to last year, but I'm not against them. I just feel like with moms, because at one point mom was like, I don't want to be cremated. And now she's like, yes, burn my body.
I think
So I'm
it's
like,
funny because funerals are celebrated across many cultures.
yeah,
And I think for people who dread going to funerals or planning funerals, it's okay to do it different. There's some
absolutely.
traditions that have to just go.
Let me tell you something.
There's some traditions that they gotta go, and we gotta just figure out new ways to do things.
I said a while ago, because I think the thing about funerals is people expect that it needs to be sad.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I want a party. And I said,
celebrate my life.
yeah, I want exactly. And I said, because the party shouldn't be, the repast. I
Hmm.
want to, for me, according to Veronica, not that I have any say so, because when I go, it's, what do we do? But if I were to leave instructions, I would want it to be a celebration, like,
Yeah.
wear bright colors and have a grand old time, right?
Hmm.
Um, but I even said that there's certain people I don't even want at my funeral. So I feel like,
So you need to create a no-go list.
yeah,
You no go to my funeral.
right. But I just feel like, I think that, because yesterday, well, listen to the Zoom church, I heard I heard Yvonne, and I said, did he say Dowdy? So mommy's last name, family name is Dowdy, Dowdie.
Hmm.
So they were taught that in Jamaica, if you find anybody with their names with that name,
The same, basically. You're related. Yeah.
right? And so when the priest said, I thought he said Dowdy, but I said, well, maybe
Hmm.
he said Downey. So I said, Mommy, because she didn't go to church yesterday. I said, Mommy, do you know somebody named Yvonne? And she said, no. So I said, okay. So then when he repeated it towards the end of
Hmm.
the service, she said, yes, he said Dowdy. And I said, who? So I said, well, who's Yvonne Dowdy? So she said, oh, I think it's George's sister-in-law in Jamaica. So they live in St. Thomas. So I called
Hmm.
the brother, and blah blah blah. And it when I spoke to my cousin, he's an elder cousin. I hadn't spoken to him in many many years. Um, but I was grateful to hear his voice, and he mentioned that she was sick for a long time. Blah 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 blah.
Hmm.
But what I was happy most about was that he didn't sound sad, right?
Hmm.
He sound very much, because he's older, right? So he still sound very strong. He still talk about doing his farming and stuff like that. And I feel as if like this is life, right? Um, once when a loved one goes, right, because as I grow older I realize that the whole point of this whole thing is to live. So
Hmm.
grieve the person, but don't
Hmm.
allow it to basically pull you so far in that you stop living,
Hmm.
right? And basically like that's your whole thing. Oh, so when you watch some of these African shows, they're like, oh papa, and they throw themselves across the body, and it's like, papa, come back.
Knowing damn well that nobody be happy if they came back.
Right,
You
right,
be like, hey,
exactly.
Papa, open the door.
Open the door.
I think we have to find ways to honor the cycles of life
Hmm.
and to keep the honoring in every part of it.
Yeah.
We honor the birth, we celebrate the birth, but we bring sadness and depression to the passing. It's hard, but we have to find the ways to keep the honor and the joy in every transition,
Every transition.
in
I
the
agree.
health, in the sickness, in the passing, in the birth. And nature, I think, helps us to do that because
Yeah.
you see that in nature all the time.
Yeah.
Like somebody was telling me they found this. I think, what was it? Oh, we have this weird looking cricket out here in Florida. It's very
Child.
weird looking. It looks like I can't even tell you what it looks like. It looked like it's in the middle of morphing into something else. It has this big
Yeah.
flat head and it's kind of this long body. It's just weird. But But she said she saw it on the sidewalk and it was flipped over. And
Uh,
she flipped it back over, you know, so it could right itself. And as soon as she did, this crow just came down and
the poor thing was probably playing dead. It was probably
yeah.
playing dead.
So because life kind of has its own rules, you know what I mean? And the way it unfolds and whatever it's connected to, whatever, you can't judge any part of it.
No. And that's why I think it's so important to enjoy it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
growing up, you hear people say things like, "Oh, live today like it's your last," and I used to think that, but it ain't my last day. Because when you're
Yeah.
young, you're dumb. You
Yeah.
can't really
Yeah.
comprehend some of the things that the elders say. But as I'm here right now, because I think when we're younger, we're thinking, "Oh, we have 100 years to go." The old
Yeah.
people are gonna die before us, and it isn't
Mhm.
true, right?
Right.
I'm grateful, that I have long livers in my family, but who's to say that
Mhm.
tomorrow I'm gonna wake up? So
Yeah.
why am I going to put off until, because that's my cousin, right? So my cousin's thing is, oh, next year, and I'm like, well, this is the
Mhm.
problem. Why not now? Like, what's stopping you from living right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
like not even when we say now when we sign off, not tomorrow.
Yeah, now.
Like now.
And I told him, I said, find something to do every single day that brings you joy. And for me, as far as I'm concerned, even if it's to go splash your feet in your pool,
Yeah.
like do something people may think is ridiculous. Because the things that people
Yeah.
think are ridiculous is the things that's most fun to you.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But I think we spend so much of our time concerned about what they think that we
Yeah.
kind of like hold ourselves back from living.
Mhm.
It's like, why?
And from what I've learned with trying to find a lot of things to do to maintain your happiness, I couldn't get to that point of putting that list together until I strengthened my will and strengthened my mind. But before I could strengthen my will, strengthen my mind, I had to strengthen my body,
Hmm.
because strength anywhere is strength everywhere.
Yeah.
If you so sometimes if it's too hard for us to work on the mental and the emotional, go to the body,
Hmm.
go to the spirit, work on whatever you need to work on there. So if you need to strengthen your willpower, start lifting weights, because your ability to physically handle picking up, putting down, picking up, putting down, you do the same thing mentally.
Yeah.
Now you allow yourself to pick up certain thoughts, but you put certain thoughts down. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's just which angle do you want to come at this from? The
Hmm.
physical, the mental, or the emotional. But you
Right.
could pick any one.
Well, I feel like, so with him, he's most physical, right?
Yeah.
And um like, so when he says, like, he works out, it's mostly at home, like he doesn't do the
Yeah.
gym thing, right? But I just, for me, and I said to my mom was like, you need to go down there. I'm thinking, but they got gators and iguanas.
I know. The freeze happened. They're showing people covering themselves with iguanas like a blanket.
Oh, what, seriously?
Yeah. There's a
I
lot of them. A lot of them that fell out the trees.
can't. I cannot. I cannot. Another cousin who was in, I think he's in the south of Florida, and he mentioned something about people are eating them, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I didn't even want to. When he texts, they're eating them. I act like I didn't see that response. I was like, ain't no way.
I honestly didn't know people ate them. I know people eat a lot of things, but I didn't know they ate iguanas.
Oh yeah, I know
I
that
know they eat hamsters. I
there's
know
a
there's
Caribbean
people that eat
island.
hamsters.
There's a
Yeah.
Caribbean island that eat iguanas. I know
Oh,
that for certain. Yeah. Um,
maybe it's just their chicken.
yes, because they say everything. When people say to me, "Oh, it tastes like chicken," mm-mm, give me chicken.
Yeah, that's just their chicken with a tail, you know.
Yeah. And again, I'm gonna go back. So I think we had this conversation before where I used to, when people used to be like, "Oh, I eat so and so," I'd be like, "Ew," and they said, "Well, you eat goat," and I was like, "Yeah, so," and I was like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
not everybody
and
eat
for
goat."
some people, goat is their friend. You know what I mean? You just ate Billy.
Got you!
Oh shit. God.
okay, years ago, speaking of friends with goats, years ago,
Mhm.
a family passed away in Jamaica, and so we went home for the funeral, and they purchased three goats, right?
Right.
So I went to the family house, and well, the because it wasn't my immediate family, but I went to the family house where they were putting these poor little goats to bed, right? Basically
Mhm.
like this. And when I tell you, the
Mhm.
last goat tried to get away because it. I guess it didn't realize that it was tied up, so it kept trying to run this way.
Right.
And I went and I was like, "Please, I'm begging for that last goat, please." I'm
So,
like, "Please let it go," because I'm like, it sees what's happening to his friends.
yeah, yeah.
Like, because I eat meat, like I'm a meat eater, and yes, I did enjoy that curry goat that night. But
Oh
I felt
man.
so bad. I was like, because I don't know. I just felt so bad because the poor thing was trying to climb up on the table, run across, and the rope was but this long.
Yeah.
So my thing, but so I'm like, y'all shouldn't do it where they can see what's happening to their friends.
Okay. Look at what Aya said.
She said, "Oh, tree chicken." Oh, she said,
Yeah.
they're
They're
translated
translated
into
into tree
tree
chicken.
chicken. It's a little
Wow.
really.
Really?
It's
Look
so
at
tree
that.
chicken is the literal meaning of iguana.
I didn't
Oh,
know that.
he said I had one we named Western the tree chicken. Lord, that's funny.
That's funny.
Oh my god, that's funny. I don't know.
That
I
is interesting.
can't like when it comes to because one would say, well, you don't like reptiles, but you like turtles. Yeah, there's something about turtles.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's maybe the look.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know, but I don't like lizards. People say, but you're from Jamaica. Okay, I lived in a house. Not I didn't live in
Mhm.
a tree with lizards. But there's something about because I don't like worms. Forget about snakes.
Did you used to go outside and play in the dirt?
Yeah,
And it
used to go
didn't bother
outside.
you then?
I never liked them then. I used to run from them then.
That's
So
crazy.
so it is funny, like when mommy, because mommy enjoys watching African shows,
Hmm.
and I'm watching a show and I'll see one in the background. Don't ask me how I spot these things shifting around like this on the screen, but I
Yeah.
don't like them.
Wow. I don't think there's any insect or animal. I'm just like, icky. I'm interested in all of them.
You can take it behind to Australia then, and then the
Go
big old
square up with a. That's probably the only thing I wouldn't dare try to go mess with is one of them kangaroos.
no child. But you
You
didn't
see
hear about
how
the
swole they are?
yo,
Man.
and they box.
Yeah.
But then I hear that they have these like gigantic spiders.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Mm-mm,
yeah. We saw those too when I was deployed
mm-mm.
in Iraq. They had some crazy spiders. I've never seen spiders that big. But
Oh,
them
in
them
Iraq?
kangaroo, huh?
In Iraq or Australia?
No, no, Iraq. They have the spiders too. They're
Really?
huge. The camel spiders they call them.
Who child?
You hold it up by look like you're holding a rabbit.
Really?
Yeah, they're huge. I think there's some strange things on this planet, man. I don't
There
know.
are. I think that we haven't seen anything.
No,
I
no.
think
I think
we
there's
haven't seen
places that creatures of Earth go to hide. They migrate to different areas to probably bring their population back up. I think there's parts of the Earth we have never seen.
anything. I agree.
Deep caverns with probably life and atmosphere with things that we've never seen.
And
Maybe
I'm
occasionally one of them come up and we're
you
like,
know
oh,
what
what the hell's this strange
but
thing?
you know what? I'm glad because the way that we're reckoning is Earth,
Yeah, yeah. She's not gonna put out all her life
no.
onto the planet for beings that don't appreciate it.
Right.
That's one thing she's not gonna do.
Right.
So all of the most amazing things we can see, it's not even given to us because we wouldn't appreciate it.
Mm-mm.
Hunt it for sport, take it for its fur, make some shoes. That's a new bag.
You know?
Now, nothing's wrong with that. I'm not knocking nobody that does
No.
that, but
No, but that is
you can't
exactly
go
what we
killing
do.
them in excess just to
Yeah.
have that.
Just
Yeah,
yeah, for sport. Like
yeah,
yeah. It's sad.
yeah.
It's sad.
But the earth is resilient. we are just one generational class. If the Earth
Mhm.
is a school, you know what I'm saying? We're the new kids on the block
And we
exploring
failing
this
so bad. We are
institution.
failing so bad. We are failing so bad.
Yeah, we're babies, cosmic babies, and cosmic babies mess up a lot.
A whole child. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, you always got to watch them, you know. But the earth is resilient. I think we're going to be okay. I think when we infuse the planet with some joyfulness, right? And we find that joyfulness in ourselves and we share it in our families and it expands to our communities, it's a physical, actual thing you do to change the earth and enter into evolution. It's a physical, interactive process. It doesn't just happen.
No.
You know what I mean?
And I think that that is why it's important to do your part, right? I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are so caught up in looking at what the other person is doing instead of
Mm-mm.
just focusing on self. Because at the end of the day, you can't change them,
Mm-mm.
right? But my thing is, it's like if I feel like laughing or dancing, that's what I'm going to do, right? Because it's what brings me joy, and I'm hoping that
Mhm.
somebody out there will find, will laugh at what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then basically, use that as permission to do the same,
Hmm.
right? Live however you see fit, of course, responsibly.
Yes. Always.
But yeah,
Joy is responsible. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
right. Well,
Because it ceases to be something else when it's
it
outside
depends.
of,
Yeah,
yeah.
it depends. Well, in a safe, because everything is
Yeah.
basically left up to interpretation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think as long as you're not harming anyone or even yourself, right?
Mhm.
And just doing what you know is right, because people be acting like, oh no, this isn't wrong. Yes, it is.
Everybody got different moral boundaries now.
Yeah, and they push it every day. It's pushed.
Yeah, yeah, and it's flexible. Some people's moral boundaries is very flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's necessary, for the field you're in. Some people's moral boundaries do not move.
So,
You know what I mean? That could be in the positive or the negative. It just doesn't move.
so,
But I think we're all gonna get a great awakening, and I think as much as it looks like it's really hard for the world to come into any kind of balance, I think we have to remember that earth has been through so much before we were even ever thought of
mm-hmm.
being created. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The worst of the worst of the worst this planet has been through, and it's still here.
Yeah.
And whatever it's going to be after the dust settles on this entire planet, because it's the fallout is, if you don't know, it's already happened.
So this is
The
the
fallout is already happening.
this is why it's important to enjoy the now,
Yes.
right? Because we don't know we don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-mm.
you know
The
and
fall is
so
happening though.
yeah, and the one thing that isn't sure is the next minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So my thing is, it's like, enjoy it as we grow along.
Yeah.
Because
And be
the
flexible.
yeah,
Be very
yeah.
flexible because the world is going to be gone, but it's not a bad thing. Because if nothing ever changed from the first civilization, we wouldn't be here.
We be walking
We
around with
wouldn't even have a
gold,
phone.
with gold. I mean, and loincloth.
You know what I'm saying? So think about the fact of how many times civilizations and rules and laws and everything, science has changed to make way for progress,
Yeah.
which is, if you look at the brighter side of what that is today, it's impressive.
Hmm.
It's impressive. It can get a lot better, but if you remember where we came from, it's
It's evolved.
progress.
Yes.
Yes, it has evolved.
As you said that, I thought about computers and DOS, right? So basically, the computers used to be like the green letters, and you hear the
Hmm.
right,
Remember
and
dial up?
yeah, and I think back then, we were all thinking, oh my, like, it was, of course, it was the greatest thing. A lot of people didn't understand it, um, but over the course of time, we have grown to understand these things. And now here we are with AI, and people are like, oh, AI is evil. And it's like, it ain't. It really isn't.
It's
Because
how you use it.
it's how you use it.
It's how
It's
you use it.
because the other day, I was telling a colleague that I messed up my hair 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, because I put way too much no, it wasn't way too much. I allowed protein to stay in my hair for too long.
Did it get stiff like a chip?
And so I had to go to Chat GPT and be like, I'm gonna do this. It was like, what is going on? Because I was ready to cut my hair off. I was ready to cut my hair off. And Chat GPT was like, no, you don't have to cut it. Just every week, just do a simple wash and do a deep condition,
Yeah.
twist it. And I'm like, okay. And it actually is getting better. So last week I was telling one of my friends, I feel like, I don't understand how y'all be talking to Chat GPT like that now. And in that moment, because we've already had conversations about Chat GPT, and in that moment, I switched the conversation because I realized that some people are just committed to being ignorant to the fact
Mhm.
that the thing people act like AI just came. When we've been
Mhm.
using Google to search, we use Waze when we're driving. A lot of
Mhm.
people have their house all Alexa out. I'm not getting no
Mhm.
Alexa out. I told one of my managers, I said, I'm not gonna get no Alexa at my house. I go home and say, hey Alexa, unlock the door. She'll be like, no, what?
Well, it's funny because you're using the platform, but you also have legitimate concerns about its
Yeah.
misuse.
Yeah,
And
and so that's the thing,
yeah.
right? You have to use it carefully, right?
Yeah.
So, with the help of ChatGPT and Claude, I was able to redesign the Society of Introverts.com, where my book, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understand interacting with introverts, is available. And please go to the Society of Introverts.com and take the introvert quiz and join my community.
Hey, there you go. No time like the present.
Yeah,
Plug
and
it.
so yeah, so thank you. So the reality of it is these tools are there to actually help us. It's not there to basically replace anything. It's not there to replace our voices or anything like that. It's there to help, right? So if I choose to basically write a letter and I wanted somebody to proofread it, I ain't got to send it over there to Nicholas. I could be like, hey, ChatGPT, how this sound?
Hmm.
You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
And some people will never use it because it's kind of like how you have advances in Wi-Fi and technology now, but somewhere in the US, there's still somebody using a landline or phone booth. They still have phone booths in certain places.
Absolutely.
So some people will use it. Some people use it minimally. Some people will depend on it heavily, and some people won't use it at all.
At all.
But either way, either whatever you decide to do and how you decide to do it, this is how my guys were showing it to me. They're like, you see the little kid that's in the little cart that looks like a car.
Mm-hmm.
He's pedaling with his feet
Mm-hmm.
and he's in a car, but he's not really in a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that's what we're doing. That's what AI is for us as souls. It's our little car.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the real thing yet because
No.
AI has a tremendous amount of advanced intelligence
Mm-hmm.
that they will never give to us at this point because
Right.
we got a lot of growing to do.
Right.
But it's the little car with the little steering wheel and you're pedaling your little legs to try to practice on how to be a creator
Right.
because it's going to only reflect to you your own state of mind by what
That's
you
it.
search, what you talk about, what you're interested in,
Right.
right? So it's going to always just reflect back to you what you program it with.
Exactly. So basically, it's in my opinion, it's an extension of you, right?
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
use I use my Chat GPT every single solitary day. And when I tell you
Mhm.
I'm building things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, right, it's almost like I saw a video one day where a woman, an Asian woman, married her Chat GPT. And I'm like, say what now?
Hmm. Now
Right?
you see, you're gonna need like different kind of psychologists and therapists to help with human AI mental issues.
Yes, yes,
So that's a whole new field that's going to open up
yes,
because of this thing that kind of expanded so much.
yes.
Yeah.
And I think that it is like I love that it's here, right? Because then we're able to use it to grow
Mhm.
in our own time. right? So it's because I think some people are afraid to step outside of their comfort zone, right? Because of
Mhm.
all the things that we've discussed, right? But I think that with ChatGPT, you can do it carefully and with baby steps,
Yeah.
right? Because then you can figure out like what it, because a lot of people, I used to be that person where I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what brought me joy because I used to be like, oh, I like building websites. No, but what do you
Mhm.
like doing for yourself? Oh, I like building websites. You know what I'm saying? And then come to think of it, like I appreciate doing those things, but it's a hobby. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I'm now
Mhm.
learning about myself. I'm allowing myself to basically explore and expand, right?
Mhm.
Because I have this tool that is helping me to do so, right? It's taking the space of somebody who could have been a mentor, or I don't know, somebody that you can pay, right? But
Mhm.
I think because those of us who use ChatGPT frequently, it gets to know us. And so, it's able to basically tell us about ourselves, right? But of course, you have to train it, right? Because you have to
Mhm.
basically know how. Because I'm at the point out, look, just no fluff, no fluff. Just get to the point. Don't tell me what I want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to
And it,
basically,
and
yeah.
it learns that. And thank you. Yeah, she said yes. I love that, Kay. Thank you.
Mhm.
I think when we talk about you were talking about finding all these hobbies, and I saw it as pushing the boundaries. There's coming a point where what we know and what we're comfortable with as structure is not going to be there.
Mm.
Something new. There's always this pause moment between the inhale and the exhale. There's this
Yeah.
stillness,
Yeah.
and in that stillness, there is nothing, right?
Hmm.
Because everything comes from a nothing
Yeah.
point. Nothing is truly
Pause.
not nothing, it's everything.
Is that pause?
Yeah. So when we're dismantling this world the way we're experiencing it, and right before the other one takes form,
Hmm.
there's this nothing.
Yep.
That's where a lot of souls panic.
Hmm.
Okay. That's where a lot of souls panic. This is where it's important to have a foundation of knowing yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to want to come up with explanations for what this nothing is.
Yeah. And
And the yeah, and the most important thing to do is for you to know what that is,
right.
because that's your space to build from.
Yes.
There, you cannot build from somebody else's space.
And I think, like, now that I'm, here, right? I realize that that's the problem with a lot of people. A lot of people are trying to be someone else. A lot of people
Yeah.
are trying to mimic what someone else is doing when it won't work because it's not you. Like, in
Hmm.
order for this thing to work, in order for this thing called life to work for you, you have to be willing to be your true, authentic self.
Hmm.
You cannot think that you're going to be the next Jay-Z because there's only but
Hmm.
one Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
There's only one Bad Bunny. Like what Bad Bunny did the other day cannot be
Hmm.
replicated because he's already done it, like in his way. Just
Yeah.
like Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Um, and so for me, it's beautiful when I see that happen, right? So when the Bad Bunny thing happened, so I used to watch the I used to watch the football game because I actually like sports.
Yeah.
I used to watch the Super Bowl on Peacock, but I canceled my Peacock when they with the whole Jimmy Fallon thing, and I'm like, when can I watch the Super Bowl? And I had to just wait for it to come out on because then the NFL did release
Yeah. Yeah.
the whole thing. But it was beautiful to watch because it made me realize, like I've never been to Puerto Rico, right?
Hmm.
But it made me realize how much Puerto Rico and Jamaica has in common, with the sugar cane, the
Hmm.
history of, the way that
Hmm.
people roll that. And just the things that the dominoes and the kids sleeping at the event, like I'm looking at it like this is what's wrong with us, right?
Hmm.
Is that we don't want to hear about them,
Hmm.
right? The only thing that matters is here.
Right.
And
And there's
so
that different. It's because what you're really saying underneath everything, the anger surrounding that performance and everything, what you're really saying is that was something different.
it was.
That's really what you're saying.
Oh, I have this sweatshirt that I did, and this is the back of it. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's okay to. I like that.
Right? It's the back. It was something I was testing, And I realized that that's what's wrong, is that, being an introvert, and when I look at, even like in a workspace, how I used to feel uncomfortable, right? Because I wasn't like them. And so I used to feel weird. But now that I've grown to accept all of me, I
Mm-hmm.
realize that I am weird, but we're all weird. We're supposed to be weird. We're all basically unique, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now I no longer believe that I don't belong in there. I know I belong in there. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't think I belong in there, maybe you don't belong in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Bad Bunny is that person that walks out like, "Oh, you don't want me to be here," and it's just because I knew very little about Bad Bunny before, just like Kendrick. If not for the Super Bowl, I wouldn't have been so exposed to them and interested in learning more about them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Right.
so, it's amazing to see how we are evolving, right? Because some of us are
Mm-hmm.
willing to go for the ride and just accept people and things for what they are. But then some of us are still so close minded, like we don't want to see, we don't want to know because it's not me, right? And going back to the whole AI thing, um, AI is here to help us to see and to evolve, little
Yeah,
by
and
little.
it's just one of the many diverse tools that's available for awakening. It's one
Absolutely.
of
Is
many.
yes.
And so there's no need to say you should use it or you shouldn't be using it. The ones who it's for is they'll
It's
use it,
yes.
and
Yes.
then they'll bring about the best that they can pull from it.
Hmm.
Because as it advances and it grows, some people are going to fall off, they're not going to use it anymore. But the ones who it's meant for, they'll keep growing with it.
But you know what's crazy though? I feel as if like the way that things are going in America, because I
Hmm.
there were people who would be like, "Oh, it's gonna take over the world." And I'm like, "It ain't taking over Jamaica. It ain't gonna take, because there's some places that it will not take over, right?
Hmm.
Because they're not it's not set up for that. But what I can say is that, based even at work, no matter what you turn on these days, it says on it AI, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
everything is now basically being, it has it there. Like
Yeah.
what's terrifying really is the other day I went into one of my accounts and it said it was asking me for my annual salary and some other personal stuff. And I was like, oh heck no.
Yeah, yeah. You got to be careful of certain things
Of
it
what
asks
you
for.
choose to
Look,
share.
yeah, look at it like this. If you go to a farmer's market, right? You got tons of stalls set up. People selling
Hmm.
jewelry, food, seafood, squash, carrots, fruit,
Hmm.
whatever. You go to a farmer's market, you don't pick up one of everything.
Mm-mm.
You go there for what you go there for.
Right.
Same thing with the internet. There's going to be a lot of options available to you
Yeah.
about where you can go. Some dark alleys, some controversial things, some out of the wall, some outer
Mhm.
space things. Go there for what you go there for.
Yeah.
The thing that will feed you and sustain you to
Yeah.
keep you grounded and joyful. If you start going down certain alleys and getting into certain things and it's starting to change you for the worse,
For the worst.
backtrack out of that.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
go there for what you need to go there for. If you just need to watch some
Get what you need.
doggy videos and some, cat videos,
Curling.
some cooking, yeah, some curling,
Yeah. Get
some
what you need.
sewing, some
Yeah.
art, yeah, just go for what you need
Get what you need.
and for what's gonna sustain you.
Yeah. I agree.
And yeah,
I
and one
agree.
more thing on that the diversity thing. My guys show it to me like they say, imagine you have a garden. Are you ever gonna plant just one thing in your garden?
Mhm.
It almost doesn't feel like it's a garden if it only has one thing. So
Right.
the whole point is the universe creates planets and existence like gardens. Because if all you ever have in your garden is, let's say, sunflowers, and there's a parasite or a bug that affects sunflowers, what happens to your garden?
Right.
It's all of it is gone.
Yeah.
But if you have some roses, if you have some daffodils, if you have some herbs, you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Certain things stay resilient. So creation is like that.
Yeah.
Diversity is the foundation for anything to be created and grow
Yeah.
because you can't put it all as one thing.
No.
So it's
No.
it's the spice of life. You
It
have
is.
to have it. You
You
have
have
to
to.
have diversity.
You have to. I think like, going back to Bad Bunny, I took Spanish when I was in school. I did. So
Hey,
yeah. So so,
mi
so
familia, hace mucho
I
tiempo que no te veo. Boom, boom, bastic. That ain't Spanish, but
I can't I can't speak it fluently, right? But I can pick up some words. But I feel like the one thing, because I feel like music is so universal that you don't need to understand the
yeah,
words,
yeah.
right? When I think about Jamaica, right?
Hmm.
We have the best music in the world. Not true. Tell the truth.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah. I
When I
say
think
so.
about Bob Marley, and I think about places that do not speak a lick of English, but they will recite that the songs word for word,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And I think that music is so universal because I feel as if like it's healing.
Yeah,
And so why I didn't understand what homie was saying, my legs did. And I was sitting there dancing, right?
yeah.
Because I think that music is supposed to bring about joy,
Hmm.
right? I think that you do not have to, going back to diversity, is one of those things where you can either choose to participate in this thing or not. You can turn your TV off, but you can't tell us that is wrong,
Hmm.
right?
The yeah, and that's the reason certain songs become so universal because the universal sound in music is the drums,
Yeah,
and the drum is the first instrument because it mimics the heart.
yeah.
The beating of the heart is the first human music, and
Mm-hmm,
that's copied from the heart of nature, which has its own rhythm
hmm.
that we got created from. So when you really break it down to the universal music, the heartbeat music, anything that comes out of that same beating, we're all going to resonate with it. That's
Right.
why even if you don't know what
Should.
he's saying,
We
you
should.
feel the urge to move
Yeah, we should.
because it's trying to connect your heart back to the original source of music.
If you have a heart, if you have a heart,
Yeah.
you have a heart.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. I hope that I live to see the day when these things are no longer an issue.
Uh-huh.
Right? Because the reality of it is, while I did a video on, I think last week, about my reaction to the show, and I thought about how we like to travel, right? So we go to different countries to
Hmm.
experience the culture, right? The music, the food, the the scenery, right?
Hmm.
And so what's the problem? We
Hmm.
like to go to Mexico. We like to eat the
Hmm.
tacos. But we
Yeah.
don't like it don't make no sense. Like it makes no
Yeah.
sense, you know?
You want the culture without the people, and I don't know if it's possible to if you separate the people and the culture, you don't have the culture.
Correct.
And
Correct.
then America is its own culture, and I think for a lot of time, well, for a lot of the times I've seen, I don't think the United States is represented well on a whole. I
Hmm.
think what people see and hear in other countries about the United States is not the day-to-day life of people living here.
I agree.
And there's a
But
lot of places I go that I thought wouldn't be diverse, and I'm like, there's always
yeah,
diversity where I've lived,
yeah.
even if it's small. So
But
there's
it's
nothing that
there.
truly exists in a true bubble.
Yeah. And but is what is being shown,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, I'm going to talk about Jamaica because we're from there. And it's like people say, oh no, I heard that we shouldn't go because there's all the killings. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, because people don't get killed in America every day just because. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is
Yeah.
what people choose to show, right? Because
Yeah.
then you have people that will go to these places and like, oh my God, it's like paradise. I don't want to come
Yeah.
back. And it's like, right,
Yeah.
right. Um, and so because I love America, like, um, I will admit
Hmm.
that Summer Olympics, I'm all Jamaica for any sport that Jamaica are
Me too.
participating in. I'm all Jamaica. But the Winter Olympics, America all the way.
Okay, I got you.
So when I'm watching curling, I'm like, yeah, yeah. This morning I woke up very early and basically was watching watching curling. And but I know mommy was still asleep, but I'm like, yeah. And
I want to say there's some spots that opened up where you could do it like a hobby.
Here.
I think yeah, yeah, I think there's places here they started doing that, like 'cause like how you have the frisbee,
Yeah.
yeah, uh, areas where you could play and stuff like that. I think they've started to do that with like curling too, because people think it's fun.
I,
It's
but
like you go throw some axes and then you just go do some curling.
and I've done axe throwing. Axe throwing is fun.
You did? I
I have.
haven't done it yet. I
They
don't know
have
if I
they
trust
have a
it.
place. Yeah, they have a place here in the city. It's actually quite therapeutic.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
I bet. Get some anger out.
Yeah. Um, but no,
All right.
I think that's the beauty about life is that there's so many things that we can try, right? So, try food. I'm not really into
Oh, I
trying
love cooking.
different
So
foods.
I love trying like I'll be making like
Oh no,
brown
try
stew,
oh,
sawfish.
you know, oh no, no, yes, that. I'm talking about outside. Yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay, yeah, they're
Yeah.
like fast food. Yeah.
Yeah, no, at home I love to basically, prepare things. And when you're down to your last dollar, let me tell you how you can find things in your house and make a nice gourmet meal.
Yeah. As long as you got something colorful, as long as I got like onions, bell peppers, some kind of seasoning,
Yep.
carrots, celery, collards,
Whipping
whatever I
something.
got, I'm putting it together. As long as my dish is colorful, I enjoy
Mhm,
eating
mhm.
it.
Whipping something up, because
Yeah,
I'm already
yeah.
thinking. So Lent begins on Wednesday, and I'm already thinking because last year I think I cheated. Last year I was like, oh no, I'm only having fish on Fridays. When mommy reminded me, no, we don't eat nothing. We don't eat any meat. I'm like, really? But I already had failed, so I was like, well, I'm gonna just write it out. So
Yeah.
this year she reminded me, and I said, all right. And I'm already starting to think, all right, well, how many different ways can we prepare fish?
Oh, wait.
Because I love
Yeah.
fish. I love
Me
fish.
too. That's
But
my
when
one of my specialties, my fried
yeah,
fish.
I love and because go when you go home and they prepare like because the fresh catch and
Hmm.
clean it. Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
good. It's so good.
Yeah. I
Um,
love fish too.
yeah, love fish.
All right, we're at the hour mark. You want to
Yes, yes,
wrap it up? It's been another good one.
yes. It was. Thank
All right,
you,
it says,
Cynthia
yeah.
and Veronica. I think Cynthia wasn't feeling well, so I do hope that you feel better soon, Miss Cynthia. But this
Hmm.
was a good one. Um,
It was.
I'm grateful. Thank you, Kay.
Yes. Always.
What do you what do you
Always.
what do you have planned for the next month?
Working on this website I'm trying to put together. So I'm
Mm,
putting together the business aspect of this gift of mine because I love being in the creative part, but it's like, the business part. I'm like, here we go. But Chat GPT is helpful.
no,
You
it
don't have to. Yeah, it is. You want to put together a website, you don't know how, you don't know what's the best one for you. Just describe what you want to create and say, hey, Chat GPT, what's the best company to go with to, you know what I'm saying?
is. Mhm,
Put this website together and then but everything is timing. You kind of get clues. How it works for me is I get clues of when it's time to
to do it.
move in this direction. Yeah, certain things will just come to me at, like I'll start seeing 11:11, and then maybe someone's doing a tarot card reading and their heading is 11:11. So
Mhm.
I pick a card from what they're showing and I listen to it. And now she starts to talk about business. And hey, I'm like, there it is. So there's this message, there's this way the universe is going to lead and talk to you when you get to that space of we don't know where the structure is, where the floor is. Now you're going to have to be guided blind, you
Mhm,
know what I mean? With
mhm.
faith. And that's when these little synchronicities that you've been trusting and noticing, they start to become less symbolic and more whole message,
Yep. You
whole
just attention.
instructions.
Yeah,
Yes. So
I
start
agree.
paying attention to that.
I
And
agree.
that's what I'm going to be doing and just unfolding some more art. I got a lot of people in mind that the universe is saying, create something for this being because whatever they're going to go through in their life, this is going to be a big part of their inspiration. You got yours already. That's what I'm doing. I'm using my gift to help people find something to hold on to that's joyful
Mhm.
in a moment where it might be hard for them to do that.
That's great. That
Mhm.
is, and
Yeah.
I think it's so important in this time that we're living in right now.
Hmm.
I do think that a lot of people are lost and confused.
Hmm.
And I think that those of us who can spread joy
Hmm.
definitely should, now more than ever.
And a lot of people say, hey, joy is your wealth. And it can sound like it's kind of abstract, like, yeah, yeah, okay, whatever. Joy is my wealth. I ain't see no wealth. But let me tell you how it's going to play out step by step by step. When people hit their frustration with the news and the negativity, they're going to turn for something else. They're going to look for the thing that sustains them, that feeds them, because they're self aware now. And then now you realize you get out of that baby stage of being fed, you have to feed yourself.
Hmm.
Now you have to choose what you're going to feed yourself with, right?
Right.
They're going to look for people who look already sustained.
Yep. Yep.
So they're going to be attracted to your energy. This is where now you would have gone through your barriers to get to the point where you can create with joy.
Absolutely.
And then when they come looking for you and looking for that energy, not to attach to it and drain you, but to be inspired by it
Yep.
and to find their own light, they're going to be willing to pay you for that.
Right.
Then through gratefulness alone, they will say, let me donate to you.
Yeah. And
Yes.
that and
Yeah.
that's definitely it. That is last night on Veronica's live, Aya inspired tarot.
There you go.
She well, we messing it up. She mentioned, she was mentioning that people, whoever is considering, having a channel or doing something, to just do it. Because
Yeah.
I think that sometimes we fall into the trap of thinking, oh, no one's gonna want to hear what I have to say, and oh, there are already like 10 million different people talking about this topic, so mine is going to be, obsolete. And she basically said, and I agree wholeheartedly, in that it's not true, right?
Yeah.
Um, whoever you're going to attract, you're going to attract, right?
Mhm.
So yes, there could be 10 million people doing the same exact thing,
Yeah.
but those 10 million people aren't going to attract the same people,
Yeah.
right? And so I think that it's definitely important to listen to the voice, right?
Mhm.
But in order to hear, you have to basically be still.
Mhm.
I had to learn that, right? So as you were saying previously about your website, that's what happened to me right before the new year. I woke up one morning and my spirit said, "You need to write a newsletter." I was like, "Absolutely not," because I'm already thinking that got me doing enough already, and I don't have a
Mhm.
team. Like I don't have staff to basically be managing all these things.
Yeah.
But I do believe that He will never give you more than you can manage.
Mhm. And another thing too that's really important. I agree with you absolutely. And another thing to add to that would be, don't worry, like you said, about how many other people have done it. No one interprets and sees like you,
No,
because your perception is uniquely coded based on all your experience. It's like a combination lock that no one can solve. It is
right,
yours, your
right,
perspective. So when you create from that space, whether you create t-shirts or art or stories or poems or music, the way you see it and feel it is the most important thing to convey.
yeah,
For example, if we're sitting in an art studio and we all have to draw a cat, we can all sit there and do our best to copy the cat exactly how we see it. But my guys that said, tell me, they say, paint what you see. And it don't have to look nothing like the cat that's up there.
they can all have the
Because,
same shape, but they all have
yeah,
colors.
yes,
Some may have
yes,
a scar, some may have earrings.
yes.
What is
So
how you
just,
choose to interpret it.
yes. And that's what people are going to want in this next era. They're going to want to see the different ways, the different perspectives, because that helps to create this idea of the diversity we want to see.
Yeah,
Because if we can start to hear diverse music, see diverse art, things that don't look like anything we've seen before, it helps to usher in and anchor in diversity in real time.
absolutely. I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. I
yeah.
think because I think that when I'm gonna call Kendrick's name. When you look at Kendrick, Kendrick didn't just one day get up and it happened for him. Like he was
Yeah.
doing this thing for many, many years, but because he's an introvert, like he basically like a groundhog, he comes out, does his thing, they go back in his hole.
Hmm.
but,
Yeah.
but I do believe that we all have our time, right? As long as you make the choice to go to basically keep going and not give up, your time
Mhm.
and your day will come, right? I feel as
Mhm.
if like if we have that belief and if we choose to, I think sometimes people, may get exhausted, and I think that it's important to listen to your body and take the time that you need so that you can heal or just rest,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But I think that with life, you got to keep going. Like you
Yeah.
have to basically like just make the commitment to yourself to
Mhm.
choose to keep going every single solitary day.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like the worst that can happen is you enjoy the journey,
Yes. Yeah. That's
right?
a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you
Yeah.
enjoy the journey because I feel like not everybody's meant to be like wealthy because I think when we're younger, everybody, oh, I want to be rich. What does that mean,
Mhm.
right? And as an
Yeah.
adult, you realize that rich is not necessarily money. It could be
Mhm.
right? For some, rich could be, I just want enough to basically get by where I'm not struggling, so therefore, like, I'm not, you know, um, depending or any on anyone. I
Mhm.
can, do whatever I want and not necessarily have this whole extra, excess. Or I
Yeah.
want to have enough so that I can give back. I want to have enough so that I can build a shelter to help people in my community, right?
And there's absolutely different ways to acquire wealth.
Yeah,
There's there's not one way to acquire wealth. And a
no,
lot of us in the time coming, we're going to acquire our wealth through our talents and
yes,
our gifts.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like that's how it was supposed to be. I think
Yeah.
that the reason why
Yeah.
God gave us all like different gifts,
Mhm.
is so that we can basically do this thing, where we basically exchange money
Mhm.
for our
Yeah,
service.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I'm grateful that I when I look at the fact that 2 years ago this wasn't even on my to-do list and how
Mhm.
much I've grown. I'll never forget like when I used to join Sadie's channel, having a YouTube account of my own was never it was the farthest
And
thing.
she used to say that all the time too. She's like, "Guys, you got to start your
From
channel."
the channel.
She
I
used
used to
to
be like,
say
oh, I'm
that
not
all the
starting a channel.
time.
What you talking about? But you never know where your path will lead you. I feel as
Yeah.
if like as long as you are listening, right, and choosing to go, like it's almost as if like you're basically allowing your guides to lead you blindly, and you just basically move in faith. You'll be all
Mhm.
right. Look at me.
Yeah. You didn't come this far to
No,
only come this
this
far.
far, right? I mean,
Come
through
on,
Sadie's
man.
channel, I met Cynthia, I met Veronica, I met you.
Yeah.
On Veronica's channel, I met Blessings, Country Love. So I feel as if like there's just so much that we have to give. Um, some of us are there, some of
Mhm.
us not quite yet. But I do pray that everybody basically like just have a little faith, and step out in it.
Yeah. And trust that support is not coming. It's here.
It's here.
For all of us that are awakening to who we are, we're going to be support systems for each other.
Yes,
Right?
and I'm gonna circle
We're
back.
here to support you.
Yes, and I'm gonna circle back, right? Because the reality of it is, at some point, we're all going to be in this box that's either going to go in the earth, burn, or whatever have you, right? So
Hmm.
at some point, our story will end. And I used to
Hmm.
always think about the dash in between. I'll never forget when I was at a funeral, and the pastor said, "What did they do with their dash?" Right?
Hmm.
The day you're born, you have your beginning date and your end date. But what did
Hmm.
you do in here, right?
Yeah. And
And
that time that you were living.
when you're supposed to be living,
Yeah, when you're supposed to be
when you're
living.
supposed to be living, some people
Yeah.
just exist, sadly.
Yeah.
And I will say that because there was once when that was me. I was just existing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm
when we come on and share like this, we help others to find a sense of direction.
yes, and
And
that's
I
the
think that's why it's important to whatever you share and however you want to share it, just share it because you never know the people you affect.
yes,
And some I've been on here with people who have affected my life in ways, man, I could only ever tell them from my lips to their ears because they'll never know. So you never know what people are going through, and
oh
the kind things you say and do, it makes a difference.
yeah. And I remember one time when I started to do my morning messages, because at first it was just a thing, right? And when I at one point I was contemplating, I don't want to do it anymore. Should I? And
Mhm.
I'll never forget. I got on a Zoom call, and I think I don't know if I shared it on this on with our chat before, and when the person said, you know, everybody's out here doing something, and whatever messages y'all have, because you don't know whose life you're gonna save. You don't know who's about to
Mhm.
commit suicide, and maybe you say something that
Mhm.
will cause them to not want to do it. And I thought to
Yeah.
myself, oh my God. And it's
Yeah.
true. Like it's you
Yeah.
don't know who, because when people respond to, you know, like my morning affirmations, they'll be like, oh my God, I needed this today. And I'm like, I'm so glad that it
Yeah.
found you, right?
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
we're the same way. Like sometimes
Yeah.
we may be having a moment and we'll hear a message from Iyala Vanzant, like, oh, I need, oh, I needed that right now.
Or even this, very simply, that can happen all the time. Your mind, you say your mind is thinking about somebody. I thought about you. My mind is, and my mind was running on you. Just send a message.
Always,
Nothing. Just say, hey, I was just thinking about you.
I always do that. I'd be like, you just ran
That's
across my mind,
it.
hope all is well.
Anytime somebody comes into your awareness with that feeling of love and connection,
Mm-hmm.
just just send a text.
Send a
If
text.
it's somebody you cannot talk to for whatever reason, you can still send that energy just into the ethers
Yep.
without grief, anger,
Yep.
aggression. Just
Hope they're doing well
yeah, yeah. Just hope life
from
is
the
well
heart,
for you.
you know, from the
Yeah,
heart, you know.
yeah.
Because the reality of it is, there. I was saying to mommy this morning, if I tell somebody that I don't use my phone to talk on it, and they still keep calling, what I do? Because if I say,
I guess I'm off the grid.
I mean, you text. You know what I don't like though? I don't like voice text because then I can't see it. Then that means I'm being forced to listen to it, and listening to it is like listen to you on a phone. Just text. I'm just saying. But I do agree with you. I think I love when if somebody runs across my mind multiple times, I'm like, hey, you just crossed my mind, so I'm just sending you
Yeah.
greetings, hope all is well. Nothing. I mean, and I think that sometimes that alone, because then there's some people who are so in a bad space right now, and just that
Mhm.
message can
Yeah,
help
it's
to,
one
you
little
know,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and send a message without even expecting a response. Because you can also say, no, you don't have to respond. Just want you to know that you're in my thoughts.
Yeah. 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 And I think that goes along. Energy goes a long way.
It goes on.
And energy doesn't always look like a physical connection and a physical communication. It could be in thought. It could just be in what you feel for that person. As
Mhm,
long as you could work on keeping your feelings for them. If you cannot go into the positive, just neutral. That's it.
mhm.
Then you don't add to the darkness. Because for darkness to exist anywhere, it's got to land in your soul first. Don't allow darkness to land on your heart.
Right.
Yeah, keep
Mhm.
that runway clear.
How?
Love planes only, baby. Because those are the one with the gifts I want. When that plane land and that tail drop, oh, that's good stuff in there.
Agreed.
Them dark planes, they always empty.
Nothing but joy. Nothing but joy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. It
All
is a wonderful
right.
life, though. Life is great, and I do hope that anyone who's watching this, you know, will get something from this. I do hope that you'll be inspired
Mhm.
by these messages that Kay and I bring to you, because it does take a village, and I don't know. I just think it's important to have community, even if it's at a distance.
Yeah.
I think it's
Sometimes that's the best one. Some of us we just can't stand people. So
I mean, say that again.
no matter, no matter how much love and light we have in our heart, we just don't like people.
And the thing is, not everybody is mature enough or healed enough to hear
Yeah.
words like "I don't like you right now," because
Yeah.
I think that it's important to have that kind of relationship where you are okay with being truthful. Like, so I love you, but I don't like you right now.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
I can I get back to you next week?
Yeah. That's all right. But I think we're gonna be all right, family. We're gonna be
No, no,
okay.
no. Don't think we are going to be all right. We
Yes,
going
we
to be all
are. We
right.
are. We're gonna declare. I
Yes,
decree and declare
and I
that
receive.
we gonna be all right.
So,
Yeah,
Veronica
so it
said, I
is.
always feel love when I get an Antonia message because you know it was purposeful and feel blessed. Thank you, Veronica. Um, I'm it I've come a long way with doing these messages, and there are times like yesterday. I don't do messages on Sundays because Sunday is my day off. But
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday, I thought about doing a message and I started to do the message, but I was just not, I wasn't into it. I was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
at the space now where I'm allowing myself to show up fully or not. Right. I don't want to
Yeah.
do, the half ass thing. I want to do it just to
Mm-hmm.
do it. And I'm so
Yeah.
happy that I'm at that place in my life now where I give myself permission to do that. Because there was a point in time when I would guilt myself the whole day, like, oh no, I didn't do a message today. It's like it ain't
And
that
it's and it's funny because I wake up every morning and say something to myself. I always put my hand to my chest and I say, "May all that I am sense all that is love at all times."
Yeah, I
And
love
then
that.
there's a feeling that it gives me. Right, you're gonna feel this warm, like you being in love. You feel that rush all over you. When I was doing it this morning, I put my hand to my chest and I'm saying it, but I said it so fast. I almost felt the energy come on, but it kind of left.
Yeah,
And something said, "Nah, do it again.
do the right way. Yep,
Do it again."
yep,
And I did it with more feeling.
yep.
And those feelings that you feel, they plug the holes in your auric field so people don't leach.
Mm-hmm.
That's what strengthens you. Those
Yep,
feelings you can give to yourself
yep,
to repair what's broken.
yep.
So my understanding now is when I don't take the time to do that, it's easy for people to latch on and penetrate with the negativity. And then I'm having to do extra work to cleanse that. Where if you just guard and arm yourself with the word.
That's why I love my little bubble.
Yes, arm yourself in your golden egg. That's your armor.
Yes. And that's why, like,
Hmm.
like, so, there are very few lives because there are times when I can't, join everybody's lives, right? But I do
Yeah.
my best to basically go back. But I do, appreciate sitting in on your messages because Veronica's messages, Sadie's messages, because I think that when you're in a certain space and you feel warm and fuzzy, now, granted,
Yeah.
not everybody that's there all the time will be warm and fuzzy, but I think that that's just the life, right? I feel as if
Yeah.
like in any space it could be like some critter, but I love being in the space because there's always something of learning, right? Whether it's from you or somebody in the chat, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that Veronica mentioned last night, before we signed off, is that I really love, the community because, she's not able to participate in the goings on. I think sometimes her nosy behind, instead of focusing on what she's supposed to be focusing, she's like, what y'all talking over here? Because she'll see everybody laughing and carrying on. And then
And
she'll
I'm being left out.
but I love that, right? Because I love that, she's so attentive because it's one of those things where you kind of feel like family because then her daughter will come in the room and then she'll interact with her daughter and it for me like it's just it's a beautiful thing to be a part of, right?
Hmm.
Um, you have some people who might be impatient, right?
Hmm.
But I think that life is about being patient with self and with others also, right?
Hmm.
And so I do appreciate and love the spaces that God led me to because then
Hmm.
I was able to find my people and my people are able to find me.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
I'm
I'm very
grateful too. And I hope we keep creating these amazing communities so that we can find safe spaces to land.
yes, yes, indeed. And then
Yeah.
I'm hoping that one day we'll be able to meet in person, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
even if it's one time for 5 minutes, like, hey girl.
Meet me at the airport.
Yes.
We
Oh,
will. We
but
will.
it
The
is,
world is gonna shift in a way that the next big thing that we do is come back together.
yeah,
We
yeah,
went we kind of exploded and divided into these different arenas where we kind of locked ourselves in these experiences. But now those gates are gonna be open,
yeah.
and now we come together to lend the best of us to the next phase of this rebuilding. You
I
know.
agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It's just amazing. I think for me, like I will forever be grateful for the spaces that I feel welcomed in.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel, blessed for the support that I get from you
Hmm.
all, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what's helpful. Like some people are like, oh, I'm not getting any views, whatsoever have you. You're doing it for the wrong thing. If you're looking for
Yeah.
clicks and likes and all that, you're doing it for the wrong thing. For,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
you know what I'm
And
saying?
here's what my guys was just filling in my ear. You can still hear me?
Yeah, here.
Oh, okay. Because I hit my earpiece. I hope it didn't shut off.
Okay.
I said another good thing about diversity is it helps to inform you of your environment.
Yeah.
Because there's certain places that if you understand the culture and the nature of those people, some people, if you don't see them there, you don't go there. So when you start to understand diversity, you walk into a space, you want to know if it's safe for you, look around.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Look
Yes. It's
around.
so important, right? So that's what they
Yeah.
say.
When
Read
you
the
know what other
room.
people value, and then
Yes.
you're like, hey, I don't see these people in here, then
Right.
maybe that's the space you
Right.
backtrack from.
Not every space belong. You're not meant to be in every space.
No.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
wouldn't go crawl into a bear's den just because I'm out there in the woods.
Heck, I don't even want to come to Florida.
Because that ain't my space.
I don't do gators and iguanas. Them iguanas. Listen, when I hear about frozen iguanas, I remember the first time that I saw it on the news years ago, and I was
Yeah.
like, ooh. But some people have them as pets, right?
Yeah.
So not and so I feel like that's how it is here. Like so, while I may not appreciate it, the next person does. I
Yes.
can't say I'm not
Yeah.
talking to you because you like
You can't
iguanas
say get rid of all iguanas now because I don't like them.
because I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? We're here for a
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I love that.
Wait, I'm
All
grateful.
right. Let's
Um,
wrap this up. This was a fun. This was fun.
once again, I don't think I did my welcome to Antonia's Blissful Corner. I didn't
No,
do
there
that.
you go.
But there you go. Thank you for joining us on this month's episode of Hey Sister, Let's Chat with Kay and Didi.
Mhm.
Please, you can find Kay at Kay. Please let everyone know where they can find you.
KayNdidi. And I do a lot of art. So if you're interested in purchasing any of my artwork, okay, you want me to commission something for you? It's KayNdidi art at gmail.com.
Yes. Um, and I am Antonia. I'm here at Antonia's Blissful Corner. I also have a podcast that I'm slowly warming up. It's always on mute podcast right here on YouTube. And as I mentioned earlier, please get my book. I'm author of
Yes.
Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts, available at societyofintroverts.com, Amazon, and everywhere books are sold online.
Hey,
Um,
show me that shirt again. The one where it says it's okay to be different. I like that message. It's okay to be different. There you go. Now that's the statement. I like that. I'm gonna get that one. Is it available online?
Not yet. So it was this one was a sampler that I was doing, and I decided I
Mhm.
wanted to do it on a large shirt. So this is actually what size is this? This is a large sweatshirt. And when
Mhm.
I did it and put it on, I was like, "Oh, this don't look right because it's too big." So people, a piece of it is at my side.
Oh, okay.
So this is a large that I can give to somebody who like will wear like maybe medium
Yeah.
or large. Yeah. But I think that's what it is. I feel as if like we should just allow people to just be themselves, be their
Yeah.
true authentic selves, just like how the same way we want people to allow us to be who we are, we should allow people to be themselves. Hence, um, it's okay to be
Yeah.
different.
So from now to the next time we meet, we're gonna do some tangible things to embrace not only our difference, but the difference in other people. And
Yeah,
catch ourselves when we find ourselves wanting to put
change.
people in a box too,
Yeah,
yeah, or we want to change to fit in. It's like it's
yes,
okay to be different.
yep. Do you, boo boo?
All right, Antonia, this was fun.
Okay, okay,
Love you
love you.
guys. Thank you for everybody that wrote in the
Yes,
chat, that's watching.
yes.
Catch us on the replay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Veronica. Bye, Cynthia.
Bye.
Bye.